going to show you how we clean the cupboards, clean the drawers and the splashback tiles. Now before, you noted that I showed you how to clean the stovetop. I don't want to get my stovetop dirty, so all I'm doing is just popping some cloths over the top to prevent anything from falling down. Cool. So for me to get up there to those cupboards, best way to get up there is using a ladder. So the ladders that we provide for you are a 3-step ladder. Okay, this is the same brand that we use across the board. Okay, you are only allowed to go up to the 2nd level. Okay, so you can use your knees, etc., to balance on the top there. So what I've got is some filter cleaning here, because that area up there is greasy. So we're getting up here. So I'm going to clean outside of the cupboard doors, on the top of the cupboard doors, and obviously on the actual top shelf. You can see how that just takes the grease and everything off quickly and easily. I want to clean on the very front of the cupboards. Sometimes you'll get where there's a lot of marks and stuff inside of a cupboard, on the outside of a cupboard. So we've got the Amaze, again, which is an absolute sensational product to get marks off. Sometimes you've got pots and pans that make those really black marks. So we've got some of those shelving. We'll show you that here today, how nice it is that it comes off. So when you're cleaning the cupboard door, you've always got to pay attention to the handles and the hinges. Very, very important. Okay. So what I do, I've got a wet cloth in one hand and a dry cloth in another hand. It saves me a lot of time going up and down the ladder, going backwards and forwards. I know it sounds silly, but you'll be surprised what some people do when they clean. Okay, so grab the doors, dry them off. As a rule of thumb, I'll always change the door on different angles just to have a look if there's any grease or anything, because sometimes it might not come off with the first wipe. Okay. Now, different types of cupboard doors. This one's a melamine with sometimes you've got wooden panels. Sometimes you've got 2-pack. Now the 2-pack is a really shiny type of cupboard door. With that, you don't ever want to use any scourer or anything. You can use the filter clean on it to strip off the grease, but the way that you do with the cleaning, always go in the one motion, up and down or side to side, as before I described when we were doing the blinds, and then you dry in the same thing. So, but if you get a 2-pack finish, which again you'll notice it's really shiny, you must use the polished cloth once you're done. Okay. Right, so shelves, you can see in there, nice and simple, clean up in underneath there. Now, you've got some glue and stuff there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Amaze just to see if that's going to come off. Amazing, it did. So, dry the cloth. So these two products that we're using, Filter Clean and Amaze Safe and Clean, and just with the cloths, we're able to clean pretty much anything. So you notice every time that I'm cleaning, I've got my dry cloth, which is in one hand, and I've got what I'm using to wet in the other. Now, up in the back, there was like a little bit of grease and stuff. Now, if you're vertically challenged like me, chances are the partner that's working with you may be a little bit tall than you, might make things a little bit easier rather than overstretching to clean inside of areas. Okay. nice and easy. So, we'd obviously give a wipe down there, make sure that that's all clean. Now, cleaning the other side of the cupboard. Same process with the filter clean which we've got in the bucket. Going to clean along the top, clean along the sides, clean underneath. You can see that there's like, I don't know whether you can zoom in there and see there's like a little bit of dirt and crap that's actually there. So it comes off fairly quickly and easily. Something that's not going to come off with that. Grab our Amaze, go back over it and use the scour side. Wipe it dry. Cool. Now, I don't know whether you can see, but we've got like a couple of streaks of grease stuff on the outside there. So, which just wiped off very quickly and easily. Just one wipe. So, cleaning in and around the knobs and the handles. Want to make sure that I've cleaned underneath, in between. And then use my dry cloth. I know it seems very boring, but this process is quite simple and easy. So, in our other video we trained you cleaning from top to bottom. You do your cobweb dusting first, then you're going to clean the top shelves first, the doors, then you're going to come down, you're going to clean the tiles, come down, clean the underneath the cupboards and benches, also the cupboards that are over here. Then the very last thing that you're going to finish off with is your sink, then your floor. Cool. So let's have a look inside of a drawer. Cool. So a little bit of stuff that's left there, which is fine. So we can take that drawer out, pop it on top there, and have a look. Just along the outside here, you can see all of that grease and just quite yucky. On the inside here of the drawer, it's a very light melamine sheeting, which will get scratched very quickly and easily. I know by looking at it that that is not going to be able to come 100% clean. Looking into the corner where they've got some excess glue, etc., we'll try to give that a bit of a clean, but not always 100% guaranteed. So again, when you're going through your process, do your checkbox onto what it is you're doing for the kitchen, write any items that you can't clean. So, wet cloth, dry cloth. I know, you're going to get used to this. What I do, so did you see, with one wipe, now remembering this is the filter clean that's actually on the top of that, you just boom, boom, wipe done. Quick and easy. I know, looking at that product right now, aren't you? And thinking, yes, that's going to make my life so much easier. And it will. Okay. So, having a look, all we've done is given that a quick wipe over. But not all of that stuff has come off from the inside. Now, I'm not particularly happy with how that looks. So I grab my Amaze, again with my sponge, put it in the middle, and you'll find that the Amaze is starting to take off a couple of those black marks that are there. No real big hard rubbing, as you can tell I'm puffing right now, but no, not rubbing. But yeah, not at all. Use the scour side if you need to get into the cornered areas. Now, that back area where the glue is, yep, and that's definitely not coming off, as I guess. So, grab my wet cloth. Grab my dry cloth. Give it a dry. So all in all, that looks so much better than it did before. Now, I'll show you a trick I do. Most times you don't have to actually take that out, by the way. We just did that for training process today. You can just draw it out and clean it from in there. Now, you see that there's nothing in the middle there, there's no dirt or anything. Give that a good bang, yeah? What it does is it actually dislodges any of the dirt. So have a look. You can see in the corners there where it's dislodged the dirt. So when you've finished cleaning a cupboard in a drawer, just give it that little bit of a slam and it will dislodge any of that thing. What's happened in the past is we've had cleaners go to a job and what they've done is they've closed the drawer and obviously have put it back in it because they've cleaned it already, kind of makes sense, and then because the property manager's come and she's opened it and the dirt has been dislodged from before and then we have a bit of an issue. So learn from others' mistakes. So this one we're going to leave inside. So all I do is I put my finger into like a little bit of a point. So I can point it in and around. I grab stuff that's inside of there and give it a bit of a flick. So remembering this is the product that's got the grease stripper on there. The grease stripper works absolutely amazingly so. So over the top. I haven't had to replace the grease stripper. It's just stayed in that bucket so I can clean everything over here, all the grease off there, everything that's inside of the cupboards, quick and easy from that one application. Cool. So again, drying, making sure I'm going in and around those handles. Very important to go in and around the handles. Right, having a look on the inside again, where you can see there's like a little bit of a brown, black marks. And the Amaze will take those marks off. Okay, so don't be lazy and tell me that you can't take it off. Okay, have a go at it. If the Amaze doesn't take it off, it's not going to come off. So we again need to know if something hasn't come off. Here's our wet one. Followed by the dry one. So have a look at the difference in there now. Hopefully you can see the difference. It's funny when you're cleaning and you can see the difference, but showing up on a photo doesn't necessarily show up. So give it a bit of a slam, as I said, open it up, and again, you see, dislodge one of the little things there. So just go in and around the corners and give it a bit of a cool. So we've cleaned up here, the cupboards, cleaned some of the drawers, now to the splashback tiles. Remember, I've got my grease stripper into this bucket. And again, it's going to be able to go over the top very quick and easy. So we're only going to do this portion here just to show you how quick and easy it can be done. Splashback tiles, and this is what a splashback is, generally behind a stovetop or even behind the sink. So when you get to your forms to fill out, at least you now know what splashback tiles mean. So wash, dry, and any smooth surface, wash, dry and polish. So we've got our little blue polish cloth, which is over here, right there. So give them out a polish. And what it does, by giving that a polish afterwards, it takes off any of the smear factor that's been left on the tiles. Depending upon the time of the day that you're coming to do the job, will depend upon the result of what you're going to get. So always any shiny surface, be it glass, be it tiles, be it stainless steel, a smooth bench top, wash, dry and polish. Cool. Not that you can really see because it's yellow. Now, we've got some grout in here. This is relatively a clean splashback. Sometimes if that grout didn't come up clean, we've got a little scrubbing brush over here, and we'd wet it and then use our scrubbing brush to be able to get into the grout lines. Cool. Right, so come over to the sink. Now before, we popped into the sink our plates and our stovetop knobs, etc. So to be able to clean them off. We're not laughing now, seriously, we're not. Okay. Always put them in the dishwasher liquid. These plates, I can use the stainless steel scourer over the top. Can you see how that black's coming off on my hand? It's on the glove actually, but be able to rinse it off. Quick, easy. Now, outside of these ones here, okay, I can use that to go over the outside, but I'm also going to use is stainless steel wool. Okay. So with the steel wool, it's just going to act as like a little bit of a buffer, which will polish it up just that little. Cool. So you've got the stainless steel scourer, which is going to take the black stuff off, and then you've got the steel wool, which is going to be able to give it a bit of a polish there. Then watch with the Amaze with the steel wool. Look at the difference of that. So you've got the difference of that. So you can see all those little black marks and stuff all the way around the outside. So all we did was use stainless steel scourer with the Amaze, and then steel wool, popped it over the outside. Brings it up nice and clean. Cool. Having a look into our sink. Sink is pretty much stainless steel. Have a look at the beautifully clean faucet, tap, whatever you like to call it. Now, stainless steel, so our 3-step process: wash, dry and polish. Now, inside of the sink itself, we're going to use the Amaze. So use the Amaze all the way around the sink, down inside the sinkhole itself. Over the top and the outside, and over the faucet, underneath the faucet, over the top, round behind, round the base there, opening that up, making sure you give a clean up and underneath there. Cool. Now, stainless steel scourer can be used on the stainless steel sink. If it's brand new, please don't use it on there. Okay, this is not brand new. It's mini scratches, so we're not going to cause any damage, which is great. So what you find, the stainless steel scourer will just bring that up to a really nice polish. Cleaning down inside there. So, wipe it dry, down inside of there. What we're going to do, take the plug out. Sorry about the noise. So what I want you to do is have a look at the difference between the two